Hello, I'm Selina Scott and I'm supporting an appeal to redevelop this historic building in the Yorkshire market town of Malton. It's a gem of national significance, a remarkable part of Britain's Methodist heritage. It's to be sensitively repurposed as a building the whole community can use, including as a fine concert hall, whilst also remaining, crucially, a place of worship. Unusually, the Wesley Centre is reinstating an historic pipe organ to this wonderful building. I'm joined now by Paul Emberley, Development Lead for the Regeneration Project. Paul, you know, we hear all the time of other places throwing out, scrapping their pipe organs. Why are you putting this one back again?
You're absolutely right. This is so unusual, but we wanted to give this place something of a USP because its heritage is so linked to its music, which we've a very fine tradition over the last couple of centuries or so. And we think this will give it something special. It will be able to accompany choirs, it'll be a recital instrument, and also it's going to do a great thing for inspiring young organists who want to play the organ.
It's not the original organ that you're putting back in, is it?
No, the one that's behind us now is the organ which was installed in 1882. Very fine organ built by Harrison & Harrison. But the organ we're putting in here it was built by Forster and Andrews in 1877, so it's about the same age. And it started its life in the concert hall of the Royal Normal College for the Blind in South London. So it's got a wonderful pedigree, and for all sorts of other reasons too.
Where did you find it?
Well, we appointed an independent advisor to locate the best organ that would fit this space, and we finally tracked one down which was in a medieval church in Hailsham in East Sussex. It was originally built for the concert hall of the Royal Normal College for the Blind in South London, and it went into Hailsham in 1955 after the war. So it's going to be a wonderful instrument which is going to be restored by Henry Willis, one of Britain's finest organ builders.
And it's going to cost a lot of money, isn't it?
It's a great commitment of investment, but we think this is really worth it, and we think it will make such a difference to restoring some of the musicality to this building and to bring more people in and to use it. And that's really at the ethos of what we want to do, to make this building much more extendable to the people who are outside it normally, and to encourage them to come inside.
Who will come and play this organ?
There are a lot of people around the country that will be very keen to come and play this instrument because of its notoriety, because of its wonderful provenance, and because of the musicality and what it's going to do to this building. So there'll be no shortage of organists around the country who will want to do that. And we want aspiring organists, because there are around 10,000 organists who play the instrument around the country. But we want to inspire many more and to encourage young people to come and play this, and we're going to make it freely available to them as well.
The connection of this organ with the blind is a very important connection, isn't it? One that we should really be celebrating.
It's absolutely a wonderful story, because Alfred Hollins, who to many is known as a wonderful composer of the era, he was born in Hull. He left his home then in York, sent by his parents to the Royal Normal School for the Blind in South London. And he first learnt to play on the organ which we're restoring to this place.
And he was blind?
He was completely blind from birth, and that's a remarkable thing. But more than that, he learnt to play on the instrument. He then went on to teach others on it, and then became a wonderful superstar, a virtuoso of the organ, and travelled the world playing in every continent of the globe, and has he had a wonderful ability to commit music to memory because of his blind disability. And that is just a remarkable thing, and to think that this instrument is the very one on which he first learnt to play is truly remarkable.
It would be interesting to think that you might be able to link blind children learning music to this particular organ, to encourage them to come here and to learn to play this. That connection, that ability that young musicologists have with an instrument like this would be quite something in a building like this.
I think that'll be absolutely fantastic, and we hope that we can encourage people to come and do that, because we want people to learn the instrument as well, because it has so much to offer, not only as an instrument for recital purposes, but to accompany all sorts of other events here, and we hope to use this place to support its sustainability for future generations as a place for concerts and fine music, which there's a great tradition here in Rydal.
If you open the front doors and just let the sound come out, they'll all be coming in to find out.
Yes, and they're within our new development, of course, they will be to see. It's one of the first things they will do when they come into the building. The first thing they'll be able to see is this magnificent instrument behind us, which will replace this pipework here.
When are we going to hear it? When is it going to knock our socks off? When it's in situ and we can hear it for the first time?
Well, it's going to be fully restored probably by the end of this year, and it will be erected at Henry Willis's works in Liverpool. And they have a vast auditorium there, and it was quite common in days gone by for recitals to be held in the works of organ builders, so we're hoping to replicate that as well. Mm-hmm. And then about 6 months or 9 months after that, it will be refitted here into this place, and then opened in with all the paraphernalia that we shall give it, to make people aware that we've got something really very special here.
Very lucky that you found someone who could actually restore it to the quality, to the level that you want it to be restored to.
I think that's a very good point, and there's probably only a handful of people in the UK who are prepared to restore such an historic instrument such as this. Mm-hmm. And once that has happened in the hands of someone like Henry Willis, which has its own provenance going back to 1845. They themselves have built some of the finest instruments, for example the Royal Albert Hall and some of the big instruments in Liverpool and around the globe. And they will do a magnificent job, I know, and this is why it's going to be so special here. And it will really make this place, give it that extra USP, which is what we want, and to help it make it sustainable for those future generations.
We need our American cousins to come over and appreciate the work that's gone into this. I mean, the heritage, the history, people who know of Malton because their ancestors left here should come back and enjoy what we're going to provide for them.
I think they should, and already since we've been able to reopen this place in the summer of 2018, we have visitors from all over the world, and there's a great Methodist following in the United States and in other places around the world. And there's also a great link to some of the blind schools, the Perkins School of Blind, for example, in the United States, where people feel very special towards some of the work that they are doing to provide people who have a blind disability, or indeed like Alfred Hollins, who are blind from birth. Mm-hmm. And are looking to provide them with a profession so they can earn an income in the future. So we're hoping that this will appeal to their senses as well. We hope so. That would be wonderful.
Oh, that would be lovely. All right, I look forward to it so much. Thank you.